These are exciting times for the kind of people who pretend watching scoreless draws isn't mind-numbingly boring, preferring to pretentiously liken them to chess matches, which of course aren't tedious to watch at all. Following competitive goal-free, drear draws between Honduras and the Belarus, Denmark and the Republic of Ireland, New Zealand and Peru, Switzerland and Northern Ireland, Greece and Croatia, Italy and Sweden, Ireland and the Danes will again face each other across the chessboard in Dublin, with a place at the World Cup up for grabs. Sailing up the Liffey in their team longboat with the giant figurehead of granite-jawed Euro 92 legend Kim Vilfort staring menacingly ahead from its prow, the Danes arrived with the jeers of thousands of their unhappy compatriots still ringing in their ears. It seemed they didn't quite view their team's failure to score at Copenhagen's Parken Stadium against Ireland over 90 minutes as being like a chess match, unless there's some new variation of the game that involves Shane Duffy, Stephen Ward and Darren Randolph booting any pawn, bishop or rook that comes near them as far as is humanly possible in the vague direction of Daryl Murphy or Shane Longitude. We tried and tried, but it was a bit like opening a can of baked beans with your bare hands. It takes time, sighed Denmark's Irish-sounding midfielder Thomas Delaney, who is clearly unfamiliar with the new ring pulls which adorn modern-day bean cans and afford anyone with even the most rudimentary motor skills access to the tomatoey, beany goodness inside within seconds through the use of their bare hands. And to think some people say footballers are divorced from reality. While the Danes could still be considered to have the advantage insofar as a score draw will see them through to Russia 2018, the Irish are unlikely to help them take advantage of this state of affairs by upholding their end of the bargain and getting a goal. It would be lovely to have a prolific goal scorer in the side, honked Martin O'Neill, whose first-choice striker has 3 international goals in 27 appearances and whose second-choice striker hasn't scored in his past 30 games. If you don't have that, then you have to try to find other ways. Of course, another scoreless draw, the 7th in 7 consecutive World Cup eliminators around the globe, is the only result which would lead to Tuesday's chess match going to penalties. Spot kicks it almost certainly will be, then, although whether or not anyone will manage to successfully score one remains to be seen. Join Barry Glendenning from 7:45 p.m. GMT for hot MBM coverage of Republic of Ireland 0-0 Denmark, AG, 0-0, 1-0 on pens, while Jacob Steinberg will be on hand for England 1-1 Brazil. I cried a few tears. Look at some of the older players who felt that this was the last chance to make it to a World Cup and now we did it. It's indescribable. Sweden manager January Andersson reflects on his team keeping Italy out of a World Cup finals for the first time in 60 years. While trying to avoid the inevitable exuberance.